Hello, we are on the Real Programming channel. My name is Andrei. This is our first lesson, the language of the web. I greet you. Let's start. The only things that is standing between you and getting yourself on the web is learning to speak the lingo, HyperText Markup Language, or HTML for short. So get ready for sample language lessons. After this chapter, not only are you going to understand some basic elements of HTML, but you'll also be able to speak HTML with a little style. Heck, by the end of these book lessons, you'll be talking HTML like you grew up in web file. The web killed the radio star. Want to get an idea out there, sell something? Just need a creative outlet? Turn to the web. We don't need to tell you it has become the universal form of communication. Even better, it's a form of communication you can participate in. But if you really want to use the web effectively, you got to know a few things about HTML, not to mention a few things about how the web works too. Let's take a look from 40,000 feet. To make web pages, you create file written in the HyperText Markup Language, HTML for short, and place them on a web server. We'll talk about how to get your files on the server later in the book. Once you put your files on the web server, and browser can retrieve your web pages over in the internet. The HTML in your web pages tells the browser what it needs to know to display your pages. And if you've done your job well, your pages will even display well on cell phones and mobile devices, and work with speech browser and screen magnifiers for the visually impaired. And there are a lot of PCs and devices connected to the internet, all running web browsers. More importantly, there are friends, family, fans, and potential customers using those devices. What does the web server do? Web servers have a full-time job on the internet, tirelessly waiting for requests from web browsers. What kinds of requests? Requests for web pages, images, sounds, or maybe even a video. When a server gets a request for any of the resources, the server finds the resources and then sends it back to the browsers. The server is just a computer connecting to the internet waiting for requests from browsers. Each server stores HTML files, pictures, sounds, and other file types. Browsers make requests for HTML pages or other resources like images. And if the server can locate the resources, it sends it to the browsers. What does the web browser do? You already know how a browser works. You're surfing around the web and you click on a link to visit a page. That click causes your browser to request an HTML page from a web server, retrieve it and display the page in your browser window. The server serves up web pages and sends them to the browser. The browser retrieves the page and the browser displays the page. Look on the picture. But how does the browser know how to display a page? That's where HTML comes in. HTML tells the browser all about the content and structure of the page. Let's see how that works. What you write, the HTML. So you know HTML is the key to getting the browser to display your pages. But what exactly does HTML look like and what does it do? Let's have a look at a little HTML. Imagine you're going to create a web page to advertise the head first long a local hangout with some good tunes. Look on the screen. Refreshing Elixir and wireless access. Here's what you'd write in HTML. We don't expect you to know HTML yet. At this point, you should just be getting a feel for the HTML look like. We're going to cover everything in detail in a bit. For now, study the HTML and see how it gets represented in the browser on the next page. Be sure to pay careful attention to each letter and notions and how and where it is displayed in the browser. What the browser creates. When the browser reads your HTML, it interprets all the text that surround your text. Texts are just words or characters in angle brackets, like head, p, h1, and so on. The text tells the browser about the structure and meaning of your text. So rather than just giving the browser a bunch of text with HTML, you can use text to tell the browsers what text is in a heading, what text is a paragraph, what text needs to be emphasized, or even where images need to be placed. Let's check out how the browser interprets the text in the head first long. Notice how each tag in the HTML maps to what the browser displays. Look. And this concludes our first lesson. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, please. Put likes, share with friends, comment, eat bananas, chocolate and nuts. Drink more water for the effective work of our brains. Bye.